Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday. It is Julie here with your TipRanks pre-market morning update, where we're bringing you everything you need to know before the market opens. So let's get into it. Alright guys, welcome back and thank you all so much for being here. This is a reminder that I'll be over on the TipRanks TV platform answering questions and comments following today's video, so make sure you head over there to check it out. You can also find some fantastic ad-free exclusive content, including Hakeem's Analyzing for Alpha series. In the latest video, he breaks down a stock that he thinks could rival Netflix. So the link will be down below in the description. Head on over and let us know what you think. Of course, this morning we'll be taking a look at exciting stock market news, notable earnings reports, and the morning's biggest gainers and losers. So let's get right into this morning's exciting stock market news. We are ending the week with U.S. stock futures in the red as investors brace for a quarterly event known as a triple witching, in which $3.5 trillion of options are set to expire. Currently, the Dow futures are down 0.72%, S&P 500 futures down 0.82%, while Nasdaq futures are down 0.86%. Maserati has announced their first all-electric vehicle as they look to beat Ferrari to the EV world. Maserati, who is an Italian luxury brand under Stellantis, announced that they're planning to sell a new all-electric Gran Turismo Folgore by 2023. Ferrari is planning their first EV for 2025. All Maserati models will have EV options by 2025, while the brand plans to be all-electric by 2030. That, of course, is a broader effort by Stellantis to have low-emission vehicles account for 70% of new car sales in Europe by 2030. The Stellantis stock is currently rated a strong buy with an average upside of nearly 70%. Toyota Motors is the latest to have to pause production of their vehicles. This time, it's not due to a chip shortage, but to rising COVID restrictions in Asia. The production news affects Toyota's April to June period. The company expects global production in April to amount to about 750,000 units, which appears to be a cut of about 150,000 units compared with prior expectations. In a news release, they said that in addition to the shortage of semiconductors, the spread of COVID-19 and other factors are making it difficult to look several months ahead, and there is a possibility that the production plan may be lower. The only rating on the Toyota Motor stock is now over 4 months old. And Moderna is seeking FDA approval for a second COVID-19 booster shot in all adults over 18. The request is broader than the one submitted by Pfizer and BioNTech earlier this week, who are seeking authorization for a booster shot in adults over 65 and older. Moderna is seeking an amendment to the FDA's emergency use authorization to allow for a fourth shot in any adults who have received an initial COVID booster. Analysts currently rate the Moderna stock a moderate buy with an average upside of 44%. Now moving over to notable earnings reports. Fairly quiet for notable earnings today, but next week we'll be starting off with some big names like Nike and Tencent Music Entertainment. Last night we heard from GameStop, who came out with a surprise loss for their fourth quarter. Costs related to supply constraints and the transition towards an e-commerce business acted as headwinds. They reported an adjusted loss of $1.86 per share. The consensus estimate was earnings of 84 cents per share. Meanwhile, their net sales of $2.25 billion did surpass the estimates of $2.22 billion and jumped 6% year over year. Analysts currently rate the GameStop stock a moderate sell with an average downside of 36%. We also heard from FedEx, who had lower than expected earnings for their third quarter, but did have revenues that beat expectations. The American multinational delivery services company had adjusted earnings of $4.59 per share, slightly missing the street's estimates of $4.64 per share. Their revenue did jump nearly 10% year over year to $23.6 billion, surpassing analyst expectations of $23.44 billion. They're currently rated a strong buy with an average upside of over 30%. Now let's take a look at which stocks are this morning's biggest gainers and losers. Our biggest gainers this morning are led by StoneCo, following a solid Q4 earnings report. Under the ticker STNE, the stock is currently up over 28%. They're followed by Twist Bioscience. Under the ticker TWST, their stock is up 10% and has been gaining since they signed an agreement with Crya to discover novel antibodies for application in oncology using gene therapy. And PagSeguro Digital stock, under the ticker PAGS, their stock is up nearly 6% on no distinct news. Our biggest losers this morning are led by the Insulet stock. Now, I couldn't find any distinct news for the drop besides possibly cooling off from a week of gains. Under the ticker PODD, the stock is currently down about 9%. They're followed by GameStop. Under the ticker GME, their stock is currently down over 7% following their earnings report. And Wingstop, under the ticker WING, their stock is down about 4.7% after a Piper Sandler analyst downgraded their price target. So that is going to be everything for Friday's pre-market morning update, getting you up to speed with what you need to know before that opening bell. And if you made it to the end of today's video, make sure you head over to TipRanks TV and say good morning in the comments there. You guys know I always love hearing from you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you back here next time.